welcome to Blue Class. This is just a little presentation to talk to you about the transition from year 1 into year 2 to make it as smooth for the children as possible. So the aim of this presentation is we will meet the year 2 team to find out who's in Blue Class, find out how the children have been preparing in their current year 1 class ready for year 2, talk to you about how we're making that transition and how the continuity from year 1 to year 2 will be carried out, an overview of the year 2 curriculum, our routines and expectations, and what to expect in the first few weeks in September. So I will pass you on to Miss Pierce, who will tell you about what she's been up to with them ready for year 2.
Wow, so we've been doing lots these last couple of weeks while the children have been in. We've been really focusing on their independence and making sure they can use the environment around them to help them when they're doing their work, so that they've got that independence when they come into the classroom in year 2. But mainly we've been focusing on the emotional side of moving classrooms again. The children are bound to have a few worries because they're used to being in that class for a year now. They're used to me, they're used to Mrs. Herridge. So they are going to have their worries about moving, but most of all the children are feeling really excited, and I think they're ready for a whole new challenge. So we've summed up our year in year 1, and we've talked about all the great memories that we've had, and we've made a big piece of paper with all the wonderful things we've done this year to kind of sum up the year for them and make them feel like, yeah, we've had a really great year, and that's coming to an end now, and now we're ready to start a new journey. So we've done that. We've also written letters to Mrs. Piper and Mrs. Wiggle, which she'll be reading.
Exciting.
And just to tell them a little bit about themselves, they've said what they like, maybe what they don't like. They've said how they're feeling about coming to year 2, which most of them said happy and excited. And they've said about their favourite subjects, any hobbies they have outside of school as well. So that just gives Mrs. Piper and Mrs. Wiggle something to look at over the summer, something to use when they're planning, and just making sure that when the children come in the doors in September, they already know a little bit about them. So we've been doing that. And we've had lots of circle times. We've talked about anything that they're worried about. Main thing that has come up is whether they're going to be moving with their friends, which was obviously quite a easy one to solve because the answer was yes. But yeah, the majority of children are looking forward to it, and we've talked about how I'm still going to be here in the classroom next door. I said I can literally knock on the walls and I'll wave to them in the mornings, and they can give me a big smile and a wave too. So they know that I'm still going to be here, and they can still come and see me, chat to me, show me they're at work, and I'll still be there for them. So I think they're more than ready to come up.
Absolutely. I went in and visited them as well, and I've read them a story. I've been learning names, so I think we're all ready.
Yeah, you've got all the names today, Miss Wiggle. I was very impressed.
Fantastic. So, meet the team. As you are aware, we have a new teacher joining us as part of my job share. We have Mrs. Piper. She has been in the GLA for as long as I have. She's currently at Bishop's Cleeve, but she will be joining us in September. Her working days will be on a Monday and a Tuesday. And I've been speaking to her, and she is very excited about coming to join us over here at Longford. I posted the other day an introduction video of Mrs. Piper, and she's also reading a story with her daughters, which is lovely. So please head on over and have a look at that. We've also written a little letter to all the children as well, introducing ourselves and telling them a bit about ourselves. And then next we have me. So I obviously am still in Blue Class. I'm staying in Blue Class, and I will be the teacher for Wednesday, Thursdays and Fridays. We also get to keep the lovely Mrs. Finch, and she will be in class for the whole week. So it's really nice that we have the TA for the whole week, because it means that Mrs. Piper and I have somebody that we can talk to and find out things about the beginning of the week that we might not have done in our handover. She's absolutely fabulous. She's brilliant at working with the children, and we are really lucky to have her in Blue Class. Okay, so ensuring a nice smooth transition into year 2. We've had regular meetings between Miss Pierce and ourselves, and we will continue to do that. So if I ever have any questions or concerns that I want to find out about, I can just go and chat to Miss Pierce about it. We've got very rigorous assessments that are going on throughout the year that Miss Pierce has passed on to me, that tells me about their reading, their phonics, all their reading, writing and maths, and obviously the reports as well informs me. The approaches and the strategies that we use throughout the school remain consistent, so we will continue the talk for writing in English where we learn a text and adapt the text for our writing. Maths will follow the same strategies. We will continue phonics in year 2. Obviously they missed quite a chunk out of their phonics learning, so we will pick that up in September. We will carry on with that scheme, but we will also start incorporating spelling patterns and rules in there as well. And reading again is a huge focus throughout the whole school, so that will continue, and also the primary talk strategy as well. If obviously dependent on circumstances in September, we are hoping to arrange a meet the teacher session, so you will be able to come in at the beginning and the end of the week to meet both myself and Mrs. Piper. So settling into year 2, so the first few weeks it will just be basically about getting to know each other through circle times. We've got lots of all about me activities to be doing. We talk about our aspirations and what we want to achieve when we're older, so we'll create a display around that. We'll talk about class rules and our expectations and how we expect them to have a really good positive learning attitude as well. We'll do lots of nice art things to decorate the classroom to make it feel a bit more familiar to them and a bit more of an ownership in the classroom. We'll talk about establishing our routines and how the day works out when we do certain things and how those things work. And we'll also be assessing them and setting up all their reading records ready to bring home in that first week. So in the year 2 curriculum, 2 important bits to note is it is a SATs year. So basically the children will sit SATs tests around May time. This is kept very low key in Key Stage 1. It's not how it's done in year 6. We do it very subtly. The children, it's a very relaxed environment when they're taking their tests. They're well prepared for it as in the lead up to these tests. However, the main result is down to a teacher judgment. So actually, if they don't do as well in the test as we expected, we as the teachers still are able to make the judgments using all the other evidence we have in order to make that judgment. I won't go into too much more detail about that because I'll do more information for that in the spring term. However, that is what we are aiming for, that's what we're working hard for, so we obviously get that into the children's mindset straight away about that real positive attitude and that effort towards their learning. Phonics screening, the children were due to take their phonics screening test in year 1, and obviously due to the circumstances they were cancelled. We are however waiting to hear from the government if they want the year 2s to sit that test because they missed it. Normally if they don't pass the phonics test in year 1, they do get the chance to resit it in year 2, so it might be that the government decide that all the year 2s will sit it so that they get a result, but we will keep you informed on that as and when we get our information. So the routines and the learning at home. So we, like Mrs. Pierce had said, we really encourage the children to be as independent as possible. They are the top of Key Stage 1 now, so we like them to set an example for the receptions in year 1s. So if you could just drop them off at the door in the mornings, they will be familiar where the things go. They've got their drawers and their coat pegs. They will have a morning activity set up for them. So we're just trying to train them to be as independently as possible. As with the schoolwork as well, during the day, there will be times when they will work with an adult. However, we will be encouraging them not to work with an adult sometimes and be more independent using the environment around them. Reading, again, we expect them to read at home at least 3 times a week, if not more. In Blue Class, we have a little incentive where every time they read at home, we get them to colour in a bird on a sheet, and once they've completed a bird, they get to fill in a WOW voucher where they get to get a reward at the end of the term. This year we've had examples of hot chocolate and biscuits in the staff room, having extra iPad time, so they get to choose what they would like as their reward when they finish their bird sheet. Homework, I will be sending homework home every Friday. This learning is it's all about a learning homework, so you will have a maths, reading, a spelling based homework, and also a poem or a rhyme that they perform. And then on the following Friday, they have like a homework quiz where I test them on the maths, facts and the spellings, and they get a chance to perform their poem to the class, either on their own if they're feeling brave enough, or they can do it as part of a group. and yeah, that will go home every Friday, and then we'll be tested for the following Friday. The spellings that are usually on there and the maths facts are usually related to the work we've either done in the class that week or what the week is that's coming up. And some ideas for the summer. So there will be a Welcome to Blue Class choice grid on your blog, on the Yellow Class blog. So head on over to there next week where you will find some work on that. Over lockdown period, I did do some story time videos, so please go ahead and have a look on YouTube, and obviously there's the one from Miss Piper that she's recently done. Then there's just some ideas that you can be doing at home for reading. I mean, read as much as possible together. They don't necessarily have to read to you, you can read to them. Just talk about what you've read and just have fun with it. Hopefully if the libraries are finally opening over the summer, then you can be doing the reading challenge and visiting the library. And just keep practicing phonics and the common exception words that you have been doing over this year. Writing, just write for lots of different purposes. You can write diaries, you can write shopping lists, there's lots of different things you can do for writing, postcards of diaries, and you can make a nice holiday scrapbook if you want. And for maths, just general everyday life problem solving, telling the time, take them shopping, get them to count out the money and things, and obviously practicing counting in their 2s, 5s and 10s, ready for their times tables. And that would be everything for now. So obviously if you have any questions, just contact the office and they can relay them to me. But have a really wonderful September, and Mrs. Piper and Mrs. Finch and myself look forward to seeing you then. Have a lovely summer. Bye.